Good morning. I hope you all slept well. Welcome to Keto Homestead with Jess. Just setting up, making sure everything's working properly. Wait for coffee to brew. And I already had my apple cider vinegar this morning, so yeah, just waiting for coffee to brew. And of course, I forgot to charge my phone again last night. Hey, Christina, good to see you. How are you doing? We got 3 in here already. Wow. Please remember as you're coming in, hit that thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. How you doing, Christina? I'm still asleep. I'm not awake yet. I literally just got up. Threw the coffee pot on, waiting for that first cup. I don't know if you've seen that harvest I had the other day. I took pictures and put on the community tab. Wow. It was way bigger of a harvest than I thought. It took me 2 days to process everything, get it washed, cut up, canned, and frozen. It was a long process, but I was pretty shocked how much we pulled out of that garden. And that was one of the first big harvests of the season, so I suspect to have plenty more of that size. We'll see. Today's plan is some more gardening, of course. I've got to tie up some tomatoes. They're growing like crazy, so I'm tying them like once a week as they grow up the stake. So I need to get out there and tie some more. Oh, we'll see. Today's Friday. Super exciting. The week's over. And we've got Friday night mixer tonight, so that's exciting. And I got to do, today I'm going to do a garden update. I'm going to take a video. I don't know when I'm going to post it, but I definitely got to get that garden update for you. And then I'll probably be working on harvesting some herbs again today too. Let's see. I don't know. Barrett's been busy working. I was busy working inside doing the harvest and cleaning up everything to put away. And Barrett had been working for the last couple of days on painting a fence. So I can't believe it, you guys. He's so super dark. He is so dark. I'm jealous. I feel like I'm dark, but then when I stand next to him, no. So I know it's super early. People are probably either at work or sleeping in today. That's all right. Today we're supposed to have the farmer's market, but I think I'm going to skip it this week. I haven't decided. It starts at 4 p.m. this afternoon, so I have time to decide. Just waiting for my coffee to get a little bit hotter. See, we got 7 jars of green beans yesterday when I finally was able to get them processed. That's not bad, 7 jars. And then the blueberries and the raspberries have been coming on pretty strong, so I harvested some of those last night after I got everything else put away. And I still need to freeze those, but nice little haul. So we've been eating chia pudding, or I don't call it pudding, it's chia nut milk because it's served hot. Lots of chia nut milk with raspberries and blueberries. Oh, it's been so good. Definitely hits the spot. Yeah. It's not much updates so far. Like I said, I've been working on that harvest for 2 days. So I haven't really focused on anything other than that. And that took a long time. Lots of naps in between. I did make some more vegetable melody, and it was basically just green beans, box beans, zucchini, and yellow squash mixed and then frozen. And then I ended up harvesting the rest of the turnips and washing those up, dicing them, getting those blanched and dried, and then freezing those. I'm trying to think what all we harvested. It seemed like so much. Oh, I made coleslaw with the cabbage I harvested. That was really good. We had that with dinner last night. And then, of course, the broccoli and cauliflower. I got that all cleaned up, cut up, blanched, dried, and then frozen. So that's all in the freezer. The patty pan squash. That thing was massive. I let that, I didn't see it really. Like, I seen it when it first came on. And then when I checked it, it just seemed like it blew up. It was huge. That was the biggest patty pan squash we had ever had. So last night I had made that with dinner too, and I just coated it with some avocado oil and some herbs and tossed it in the oven for it to broil. So we had ribs last night, the patty pan squash, and the sauerkraut, and it turned out it was a really good dinner. It was a very savory dinner. And then what else did I do? Oh, I dried the herbs that I had harvested. I'm trying to think all what we harvested. Oh, and the big zucchinis. There was quite a few big zucchinis. I shredded all that up and put in baggies for zucchini bread. So I'll be making zucchini bread. I just put that stuff in the fridge, so it'll be easily accessible. So when I do go to make the zucchini bread, it's all ready to go. I might make a loaf or 2 of that today. And then the only thing left over that I didn't process were 3 huge yellow squashes. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. They're massive. I don't know how they got that big. I guess that one day that I was down, I was telling y'all that my back was really messed up. My hip was out of place, or my pelvic, or whatever. I ended up in bed almost all day, like literally. I only got up to eat and use the restroom, but I was in bed the whole day. And I think when I did that, everything exploded in the garden, because that was the only day I didn't go out and check everything. Let's see if that coffee's hot yet. nice and hot. I swear that first sip of coffee in the morning is just the best. I think that's what I'll focus on today is just doing videos. And doing the garden update, doing some chicken updates, and just chill. Just have a relaxing day. I got almost all my chores done, all done yesterday, so not much really going on today, which is nice. We all need to take a break and relax every once in a while. On the homestead, it seems hard to take breaks and relax. But I've been really focusing on and trying to be stress-free. Had a lot of stress lately, as I'm sure everybody has. Hey Joe, good morning. How are you doing? Hope all is well with you. Sitting here talking to you. How are you? I'm okay. Just waking up. I personally have been sleeping in a lot, but we've been working really hard too. Oh my gosh. Excuse me, that was a big sneeze. So yeah, we've been working a lot and going to bed very late. So I've been sleeping in. But what it is we're trying to beat the sun before it gets super hot to work in the garden. So I've been getting up early to get in the garden before the sun comes out. And then in the evenings, we've been working in the garden once the sun goes down a little bit. So those hours are kind of messing me up. Oh, thank you, Joe. Bless you too. I'm waiting for my phone to charge a little bit so I can follow the chat as I'm sitting at the kitchen table, but I didn't plug my phone in last night. I sure just passed out. Which is a good thing about the homestead and doing all the work is that you don't toss and turn, because by the time you hit that bed, you're out cold. Nothing wrong with a hard day's work. Everybody else must still be sleeping in too. It's early though. It's 6:48 here in Ohio. What time is it there, Joe? You're in the afternoon by now, aren't you? Firefly, there she is. Did you get my message? Are you still in bed? Are you up and getting ready for work? Ooh, we got 6 thumbs up now. It's nighttime here now. Oh, wow. I gotta get up. I can't see that far. It's now 8:50 p.m. See, I can't keep track of all these times. And Joe, you're in Australia, and the other night you missed it. I had played the Okie. I can't remember which one you requested, but Okie something, I think it was. And you had gotten off before I had a chance to play it, but I did play your request, and my stream was taken down. Not only on yours, there was a few requests, but that was one of them. I'm approximately 14 hours or so ahead of you. It's crazy. No phone is messed up again. It says no SIM card. Ugh, what the heck? I did. I had to duck off. That's all right. That's fine. Things needed to be done before I went to bed. I completely understand. No calls or texts. Well, that's stupid. Well, it's let me into your voicemail. It's weird. Time to upgrade a new phone, Firefly, I guess. See what this phone is on. It's on 50%. All right. Let's do this. That coffee must be really good this morning because it's making my nose run. It keeps doing this. I'm sorry. Oh, it is new? What the heck? That ain't good. I've been pretty fortunate not to have those issues. Yeah, I've never had those issues either, but the phone I have, I don't have hooked up to service either. I just use it for YouTube or recording videos or whatever. I don't have a working cell phone per se. Oh, you want to see baby turkeys? That's what I had, Joe. I have an iPhone. What is it? I think it's 11. I've had it forever, but I love it. I can't give up my iPhone. Ooh, you have the same one, Firefly? This is Joe. My back is a little tweaked this morning, so I'm trying to get it to straighten up. Usually I can get it straightened up if it's not that bad. And this morning it hurts, but it's not that bad, so I have a feeling it'll straighten up here in a little bit. I'll get you a baby turkey in a minute, Firefly. This baby turkey, one of them is so retarded. If you've ever raised turkeys, turkeys are so stupid. I don't know what's wrong with them. But in past years that I've raised turkeys, they are not the smartest bird out there. They will drown themselves in their water, so you have to constantly pay attention. They're like little babies. But they will literally drown themselves in water. So I don't give them a standard chicken water or anything like that. I always use a dish, and I fill it with either marbles or rocks or whatever I can fill it with. And then I put water in there so they can't drown themselves, or at least it's harder for them to drown themselves. And then this one out of the 3 that I have right now, I don't know what his problem is. He's like got stilts for legs or something, or I don't know. He keeps falling down on his back, and his feet will be kicking in the air like he's doing the bicycle or something. And he'll lay there and just chirp and chirp and chirp until I pick him up. And it would be okay if it was every once in a while, but it's literally like every few seconds. He'll fall and lay on his back and do this thing. And as soon as I put him up, he's fine and he runs around. And a few minutes later, he does the same thing. I'm like, oh my gosh. Last night, me and Barrett were sitting on the couch processing stuff and from the garden. And he kept doing this. And I got upset because every few minutes I'd have to get up and go help him up. So finally, I just took him out of the brooder and let him run around on the living room floor. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Booker, I could have not justified the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I'd love to have that, but I would have had a higher device repayment. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Good morning, Tiger. Happy belated birthday. Sorry I didn't say happy birthday on your video. I was telling everybody here in the chat I was processing stuff yesterday, and as I was processing everything, I was picking up random people. I was watching their videos. I think I watched like 4 or 5 of your videos yesterday. Your garden looks really good. Even though it's super hot and dry, it still looks good. Could be a vitamin B deficiency. But he's fine. Any other time he's fine, Firefly. I think he just likes doing the bicycle on his back or something. I don't know. Ooh, sorry. That was loud. Current device replacement on my iPhone 13 is $37.67. Wow. You're welcome, Tiger. I like doing watching other people's videos while I'm processing stuff, working in the kitchen. I don't feel like I'm so alone. Okay, so I'll show you the difference. Hopefully I can show you the difference. We're gonna stand. And this one here, I've named Long Leg McGee. He's the one with stilts for legs, and he just keeps falling on his back. See, stand up. You stand up too. But he just keeps falling on his back doing the bicycle. And his legs are just super, super long. Don't you fall off my hand. It's hard to tell. And then his brother or sister, just sit still. But they are sweet. They're getting really used to me. I'm constantly holding them and petting them. And don't go anywhere. Ooh, that's exciting, Joe. I'm in the process of looking for my very first horse. It's hard because I'm fussy with what breed I want. What breed are you looking for, Joe? Right, Tiger, mine too. I don't even know. It's probably been longer than that. My previous iPhone was paid off, but it took a dunk and a can of Coca-Cola. So I purchased one that wasn't locked to a network. I want a baby turkey now. They are so freaking cute. They are cute. Turkeys will have to wait a couple of years for me. Oh, believe me, I have a list of things that I would love to have that I wish I could have right now and I can't. I would love to get some silkies for Barrett. Barrett has always wanted silkies, and they're just so expensive around here. But I would love to get him some silkies. And I personally would love some copper Marines. And of course, my black Jersey Giants that got massacred by that raccoon. So there's 3 more chicken breeds that I would really, really like to have. They're just expensive. And then, of course, I want to get my cows back. Oh, thank you for all the hearts. I love my emojis. Thank you. But I would love to get my cows back on this property, but I have to have fencing. And that's outrageous right now. And so, yeah, I want my milk cow back, and I would like to purchase a couple of meat cows. And then, of course, my favorite animal of all time that I miss are my pigs. I want my pigs back, but it's just not feasible at this time. And I would love to have a horse show. I would love to have a horse. Don't make fun of me. I would love to have a horse and a buggy. That's my goal in life. I will one day have a horse and a buggy. I was watching Little House on the Prairie last night, looking at their horse and their wagons and stuff, and how they hitch them up. Oh wow, you want a big horse, Clydesdale or a Clydesdale cross. Otherwise, I'll have to settle with a tall thoroughbred or similar. What is your plans with a Clydesdale, Joe? Could you imagine trying to ride a Clydesdale? Ooh, your legs would be sore. Clydesdales are usually used for working horses, though, right? I believe. I have chickens and rabbits right now getting bees next year, and I'm going to try to add Reese and I can't say that word. That's too early for these big words, tiger. Chickens. Yeah, and that's another thing. I need to butcher out my rabbits, and I think they're too old. They're not producing very well. So I need to butcher out rabbits and replace them. Bees? Nope. I'm not a bee person. I would love to have honey and stuff like that, but I can't understand the concept of bees and taking care of them. Like I tried for 2 years. I can't do it. I just don't have the patience for it. I'm gonna trail ride around the farm. That's awesome. That's gonna be a big horse. Are you gonna go bareback or are you gonna use saddle, Joe? No, I don't have text Firefly. Maybe I should email her. I just emailed her. But in your videos, Tyler, you was cracking me up. The chickens getting into the garden, or that one chicken. I don't have text now. Text, hey Sherry, good morning to you. But yeah, Tiger, you're cracking me up every time you turned around and looked at that chicken. You're like, you see this girl? I got all these notifications popping up on my screen, driving me nuts. Ruby tries my patience. Laugh out loud. I know. I noticed. I have one though. I don't name my chickens. I was thinking about it the other night. Start naming them. I don't know. I rotate my chickens out so much with butchering them though, so I don't like to name them. But maybe like the Polish I'll name or something. I'll have to do a video and get your guys' suggestion for names because I rarely ever name my chickens. But I have this one. It's a black sex link chicken. And I have like a silver trash can in the coop. And that's where I keep all the feed. And every time, it doesn't matter, every single time I bend over to open that lid of feed to get their feed out, and this one black sex link always jumps on my back and scratches my shoulders waiting for its food. And I'm like, are you serious? Every time it's either my shoulders or my head it jumps on. Yes, my chickens are better now. Thank you, Sherry. The mite infestation has really slowed down. I did the inside of the coop and the run and everything, and the chickens, they don't have mites on them. But yesterday when I went out to collect eggs, I did notice there was a couple of spots that I missed. And so if you haven't ever dealt with chicken mites or seen them before, their nest looks like a spider web. So when I opened the nesting box yesterday, up in the corner, like where the lid is, there's a couple of spots that I missed, and the mites had started to make a nest in the corner of the nesting box up high. So I went out there with some more diatomaceous earth yesterday and spread that around again. So hopefully that'll take care of them. And I did have a couple of mites get on my hand, and they're super, super tiny. They're like a pin drop size. So I know that they had just hatched. So I know this nest is new. So hopefully after putting the diatomaceous earth where I had missed, they will be gone. But to prevent them, I am bringing in their feed bucket every night and filling that up. And then I'm also doing the preventative spray that I told you guys about with the garlic and the clove. I spray that every morning when I go to feed them. And I'm also putting the garlic and hot pepper in their feed bucket and mixing it with their feed. So that's a preventative also. And I think it's working because the chickens don't have any mites on them at all. And the only place I've seen the mites, like I said, was in the nesting box. And it was only 2 of the nesting boxes. I have a total of 4. So when I go out this morning, I'll check again and hopefully. But every night I will grind up some, I can't think, garlic. And then I'll let the juices flow. And then the juice is what I put in the sprayer with the clove. And then the garlic that's left over, like the mash, I take a heaping, I don't know, probably 2 tablespoons and throw in their feed bucket as a preventative because those mites don't like garlic and the garlic will seep through the chicken skin. And then I'll take some chili powder or hot pepper powder and I'll do a couple heaping tablespoons of that. And the good thing about chickens is they don't have any taste buds or anything, so they can't taste heat or sweet or anything. So before I go outside, I'll just throw that in a bucket. And then I'll throw a couple scoops of feed in there and I'll water it down and mix it up so it's equally distributed. And then I'll feed the chickens, and while they're eating, that's when I spray down the whole coop and everything with my spray. So I think it's working because, oh my gosh, you guys, it was insane. It's almost like lice. Like, you can't really see them, but you can feel them crawling on you, and it's driving me absolutely insane. And when I first found out about it and I was researching it, it took me a couple of days to do the research to find out what they were, how to prevent them, where they came from. So I did a couple days of research before I even started doing anything. And I went out to the chicken coop, and when I'd go out there, literally my arms and my legs and my face would get covered with them. It was so disgusting. But it was really, really hard to see them. But you could feel them crawling. It's making me itch talking about it. But you could feel them crawling on you. It was disgusting. And of course, Barrett isn't into any of that. He can't handle stuff like that. Bugs or grossness or anything. He runs from the chicken coop. I'll be like, I need help in the chicken coop. Not till them bugs are done. He's funny. And the funny thing about it too is that's the only coop that got the mites. Like my other coops, like I've got 3 brooders outside with chickens in them. None of them got them. And then I've got 2 other coops outside and none of them have them. None of those chicken runs or coops have them. So it's really weird. But then again, when I was doing the research and was trying to find out where they come from, they said birds and rodents can carry them. So the only thing I can think of, because the majority of them were on the roof, the chicken roof. I mean, there's so many thousands and thousands on the chicken roof. So I'm thinking a bird landed on the chicken roof and was infested with mites, and that's how they came in. But they're also saying that rodents can carry them in too, like opossums and raccoons and rats and mice. And we know that I've had the raccoons and opossum problem. So it could have been them that brought them in too. Who knows? I don't have mice or rat problems, thank goodness, knock on wood. And I'm very thankful none of the baby chicks have gotten any of these, none of the brooders. But I just think it's weird because the brooders are right next to the big coop. So that's why I'm thinking it was a bird that came and landed on the top of the roof or something. I don't know. But they're getting big. All the baby chicks are getting big. They're growing. I can't wait to get them out of the brooder and into the coop though. And then I'll just have to feed one group of chickens, you know. And their waters, like the baby chick waters, are so little. They go through that water so fast. So I filled up their waters like 3 times a day. Especially with the heat, like it being so hot, how hot it's been around here. And in the coop, in the main coop, I think it's like a 8-gallon water. So I only have to fill that up every like 4 days. So that's nice. And that's another thing I implemented too. I started putting apple cider vinegar in all their waters too to boost their immune system. But the chickens are super happy now. They quit laying, not completely. I'd have 1 or 2 eggs in there throughout the day, but now their egg production went sky high again. I'm starting to get 10 to 11 eggs a day again, so that's good. So this stuff must be working. And let me tell you that garlic and clove spray that I've been spraying the chicken run with and the coop with, it smells so good with that clove oil in there. So every time I walk out to the chicken coop now, it smells like clove. The garlic, it kind of overpowers the garlic, which is nice. But every time you walk out there, you smell clove oil. And it smells so nice. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to keep this routine up. And that same chicken I was telling you about, too, Tiger, that black sex link is the only one. Even if I put the food in the coop already, or in the run, that's the only one. It runs out every single time I open the door, no matter what I do. I don't let my birds free range during spring and winter, or spring, summer, and fall because of the garden. They will tear it up, and they have in the past. So during spring, summer, and fall, they are locked in the chicken runs. But come winter, I let all the birds out so that they can forage and get the bugs and stuff like that. And it works pretty well for us. And then they can go in to the garden and scratch everything up too, and it won't matter. But that one chicken, no matter what I do, it runs out the minute I open the door. Oh, want to smoke a brisket today? Oh, that sounds so good, Tiger. I should have done that. I can't do that. It's still frozen. But that sounds good. If I would have taken our brisket out of the freezer last night, I could have done the same. I love brisket. I think that's like one of the best meats. One of the best cut meats there is. Now I'm jealous. I'm mad at myself. I should take my brisket out. I don't know what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. I'm so sick of trying to figure out what to make for dinner. I think maybe I'll do like a taco salad. We need to get rid of some salad, some lettuce. But I do have that brisket. I should probably take it out of the freezer and let it thaw out. I usually, when I make a brisket, I do it in the oven. And I cook it on 180 degrees for like all day. I'll wake up at like 6 o'clock, 6:30 or something like that, and throw it in the oven and just let it cook all day long. It's so good. I'm going to lose you until I get to work. Okay, Firefly, well, be careful. I hope the flooding has subsided and things are starting to get back to normal. Yeah, please be careful. Yeah, that's what we do too, Tiger. That's why I love making the brisket, because it lasts forever. It tastes amazing. And I don't have to cook for like a week, maybe even 2 weeks, depending. My hair is driving me nuts. I don't ever wear my hair down. What else are you going to have with your brisket, Tiger? Have you decided? All weekend. I didn't see the end of that. My emoji was covering it up. We got 9 in the chat. Woohoo. Mouse says 10. 10 thumbs up. Thank you all. Appreciate that.
Good morning. Today is Friday, July 14th. It's 7:20 a.m. Currently, it's 68 degrees and feels like 69, with partly cloudy skies. You can expect partly cloudy skies until later this morning, clearing until this afternoon. Today's high will be 86 degrees at 5 p.m. and feel like 88. The low was 66. Tired of Amazon's ads on your home screen?
No, I'm tired
Premium
of you.
users don't see any Amazon ads while using the Big Sky screensaver. Premium also comes with radar, premium widgets, scheduled weather alerts, and more. Try Premium Edition for free and cancel anytime. Would you like pricing details and a bit more information?
No.
Okay, you can ask to sign up for Premium Edition anytime. Just say, Alexa, ask Big Sky about Premium Edition.
So yesterday I was processing all that vegetables and stuff. I'm standing in here in the kitchen by myself. Barrett's outside. Oh my gosh, you guys, Alexa started talking to me, scared the living daylights. Every morning she scares me half to death. I'm not used to somebody just talking in the house out of nowhere. I freaking hate Alexa. She scares the daylights out of me every morning. I should be used to it by now, but I'm not. Think salad to keep it cool. Yeah, salad sounds good. Hey, B. Mitch, good morning to you. How are you? Laughing at me? You hate Alexa. Sister Marie's Kitchen, good morning to you. I hope all is well. I'm listening as long as I can on the run after only a half hour sleep. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been listening while you talk about your chickens. You're amazing with all that. Oh, thank you. I'm learning something new every day, though, just like everybody else. I don't think you could know everything that you could possibly know about chickens and farm animals. I'm always learning something new. The garden. Oh, I didn't realize you're in South Carolina too, B. Mitch. It's hot here in South Carolina, but it's summertime. Yes. I don't know what it is this year. I've really enjoyed the heat. Like, I love the heat this summer. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what, but I want every ounce of that sun this year. My body must need it. And I was telling, I don't know how long, it's been a while, but there was any other place that I would want to move out of Ohio if I could afford it and everything, I would love to go to South Carolina. Not only because it's beautiful, but because there's so many people that I click with that live in South Carolina. I would love to just take a whole week and go visit everybody that I've met on YouTube in South Carolina. I'm trying to garden a little. This red clay is a little difficult. Hey, Vermont, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Good morning, all. Can't stay long. Got to do the work thing soon. I understand. I came from northern Illinois and all that good black dirt. Yeah, it makes it difficult. Loretta, good morning. Long time no see. How are you? Thanks for coming in and canning pickles and making cinnamon mock apple rings. Yum! That sounds so good. Our apples aren't ready yet. I always make all my mock apple stuff at the time that I'm making Barrett's apple pie filling and stuff like that. So once the apples come on, I'll start doing all that. That sounds so good though. I know when it comes to gardening and stuff like that, especially in places that you're new to or not used to, it helps out so much if you have a mentor or somebody in your region, in your growing zone, that has the same type of soil and stuff like that. Do you watch a lot of gardening stuff, B. Mitch, in your area? Have you found any gardeners on YouTube in your area? It took me years. I don't know why it took me so long, but it took me years. I finally found somebody in my own zone that is an avid gardener, and I've been watching a lot of her videos, and she's helped me out a lot this year. And I'm really enjoying it. It's nice to find somebody in your own zone. Ooh, Jess, they are made out of cucumbers. Nice. I've never tried them out of cucumbers. Are they good? I've only made my mock apple stuff out of zucchini. Let me know how that is, Loretta. Jess, all of you have been very helpful here on YouTube. Well, the reason I asked B. Mitch is I had a really good friend here on YouTube. She doesn't do YouTube anymore, but her channel's still there, and she has a load of information, tons and tons of videos. It'll keep you busy for a long time if you go over and watch her videos. But she's in I believe she's in South Carolina too. I'm like 99% sure she's in South Carolina. And even though she's not in my zone, I've learned a lot off of her too. She's got a lot of awesome videos and tricks and stuff like that. So if you go check her out, I don't know if you know her or not, but like I said, she's not active anymore, but she's amazing. And I believe I remember her talking about that clay soil as well, the red clay soil. But that channel name is the Big Blue House Homestead. Go check her out. She's awesome. I taught myself to can last year from watching you all. That's awesome, B Mitch. Awesome, awesome. See, when I learned how to can, it wasn't that fun. I didn't have YouTube to help me learn to can. It wasn't YouTube wasn't like as popular as it is now. I don't even know if YouTube was around 11, 12 years ago. I'm sure it was, but it wasn't like my place to go to look stuff up. So like when I learned how to can, it was out of books, out of my mother-in-law's books and pamphlets and stuff like that. So it wasn't that fun. But now that YouTube is in my life, I love watching other people can and learning new recipes and stuff like that. I love to hear when people teach themselves new skills and stuff like that. It's so powerful. I don't know how to explain it. It's just so powerful. Knowledge is amazing. I'll send you a recipe. Yes, they're delicious. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Loretta. Thanks, I will. You're welcome, Mitch. My poor garden was underwater for a couple of days, maybe fighting off mold and mildew. Maybe fighting off mold and mildew this year. Oh, Henry Leslie. I'm sorry. I know you guys all got so much water. Has it receded, Vermont? Has it went down a lot now? I hope so. I was a little afraid to eat any of it. That's not funny, Beamish. That's true. Still to this day, I get afraid too. And I've been canning for years, but I always make sure, like, Barrett it'll be his turn to cook dinner or whatever. He'll feel like cooking dinner and I don't. And he'll pop a jar open and cook dinner. And I'm like, as we're sitting down to eat it, I'm like, did the lid pop? Did you smell it? Is it all right? You're not trying to kill us, are you? And he just laughs. He's like, yes, I did all the things. I'm like, okay. But I still have that fear in the back of my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't, but I don't know. I think it's just human nature. Gotta go back into work now. See you tonight for the music, Jess. All right, Tiger. Have a good day at work. Stay safe. But also on the same note, I have a lot of anxiety. So I don't know. My brain likes to go on these, I don't know, tantrums of anxiety of different things every once in a while. And it's like the same thing with herbs, B Mitch. Like I've been harvesting and using herbs forever. And then every once in a while I'll be like, oh, I can't. Like, what if it gives me a reaction or something? And it's just like a head thing. That's all it is. The beef stew is my favorite. Oh, yeah. Beef stew is amazing. I still, I don't know. My bacon will always be number one in everything. I love my canned bacon. It's so simple and easy. I need to do more bacon. Loretta says, I've been canning 40 years and still love it. Or still live it. Both make sense. Yeah, I love canning. It's so satisfactory. After growing everything, being able to put everything in jars, I love it. Knock on wood, every spring we normally flood. So I have to wait a really, really long time to get my garden going. But fortunately, Barrett made me a greenhouse last fall. There's videos on it if you guys want to watch it. But he built me a greenhouse. So not only was I a step ahead of the weather this year, but we didn't flood this year, which I was really, really happy for. So I was able to get my garden in super early and everything is just flourishing. Yes, Ghost used to do the can on Saturday nights, and I watched a couple of weeks and bought everything. And the first thing I did with him was the bacon. Yeah, that's the one I was teaching everybody too. That's funny. That was so long ago. Those canning lives were so much fun. It was just so fun bringing other people into it and teaching everybody how to can. It does feel really awesome to see all my jars. Yes, I agree. When I walk into the pantry, I just want to spin. I feel like a little girl. I want to put a dress on and spin and look at all the beautiful jars. Those canning lives though, they were exhausting because we'd be on there for hours and hours and hours. But it made it nice because if you were already canning anyways, at least you had people that you were canning with too. But I remember some nights just going to bed so exhausted, so pooped from those lives. Did B Mitch, did you can the ghee when we canned the ghee too? I had taken a few jars up to the farmer's market a couple of weeks ago of my ghee. I had canned a bunch of ghee, and so I took some to the farmer's market, and people were like really shocked and blown away. They were like, I didn't know you could can butter. They were all really interested. I ended up selling like, I think it was 3 jars, which wasn't bad because we live in a really tiny, tiny town. So it wasn't that bad. Yeah, you did. Awesome. I'm scared for tomato season, to tell you guys the truth. I have so many tomato plants out there. It's insane. And when they start turning and they start ripening, it's going to be on. Because, one, we're out. Like, I've used every tomato product that I had canned last year. So I'm literally out of everything tomato. Stewed tomatoes are like one of my biggest things that I can all year long because we go through stewed tomatoes like crazy. I use stewed tomatoes in everything, in chili. I use it in my stuffed spaghetti squash. I use it as like a rotel. So it literally gets put in almost every recipe you could think of. Taco soup I make, I put it in there. Um, and the stewed tomatoes consist of tomatoes, celery, bell pepper, and onion. So it's so versatile. Literally, you can put it in everything. So that's like my biggest canning of the year is the stewed tomatoes. But on top of the stewed tomatoes, I also make paste tomato. I make crushed tomatoes, cubed tomatoes, marinara sauce, spaghetti sauce, salsa, tomato soup. I'm trying to think what else I made. Just tons, tons. The tomato recipes are insane and it takes forever. And like I said, this year's tomatoes, I have like so many tomato plants, it's going to be insane. As long as they do well, as long as they don't get infected or infested with bugs or whatever. Mine has a few little brown spots. Mitch says, I want to do that again. Water and dish soap mixture in a spray bottle will help. off to work. Have a great day, folks. All right, Vermont, you stay happy, healthy, and safe. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and thanks for the great tips as always. I follow Pinball and have learned a ton of good prepping stuff. That's awesome. It's so hard. Like when you're a channel or a YouTube creator, it's so hard to follow, especially like when you're subscribed to so many people. It's hard to follow everybody, and especially when you're out doing the gardening things and the animals. We got 5 acres here, so we're always doing something. And it's so hard for me in the summertime to sit down and just keep up with everybody and watch everybody. It's just impossible for me. Oh, you can the butter and it has little brown spots. I wasn't sure if you were talking about the butter or tomatoes. It's still good. The brown spots are just the butter that burnt a little brown. It'll be fine. No. You know what? I told you I sold 3 jars of the ghee, but I didn't because after the farmer's market, I had a friend that I had messaged. I had some stuff left over, and I was so exhausted, you guys. I didn't feel like processing the vegetables that I took to the farmer's market, so I called a friend up and I was like, "You want to buy some of this stuff?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I sold 2 jars of ghee to her as well. So I sold a total of 5 jars of ghee that week. Hey, Cookie, good morning. Good to see you. And then I asked Barrett last night, I was like, "Do you feel like going to the farmer's market tomorrow?" And he was like, "Let's skip this week." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I feel the same way. I don't want to do it." It's not that I don't want to, I don't want to. I don't feel like loading everything up, harvesting everything again. I just want a chill, relaxing day. I canned the milk after 1 year, put it in the fridge. It was awesome. That's great. So surprised. I know. I get so much, I don't know what you want to call it, so much crap for like canning milk and the heavy cream and the cream cheese. I don't care. It's so wonderful. It's so good. When people say stuff negatively about that, the milk products that I can, I just smile and walk away because I don't try to sell that stuff though. But I just smile and walk away because I know how wonderful it is to have on my shelf, and I love it. I think the cream cheese has to be one of my favorite things to can. That's so simple, but yet so good. And I love having soft cream cheese that I can just like pull out and make a recipe with. I don't have to wait for it to be room temperature. I hate that when I don't have any canned cream cheese and I have to pull a block of cream cheese out and wait all day for it to be room temperature. It drives me nuts. And green beans probably have to be one of my favorites too because I love green beans. I could eat a jar of green beans every single day and be happy. Thought I heard somebody pull in. I gotta get a hair tie, you guys. My hair is just driving me nuts. I can't do it. We went after we worked all day. Barrett and I. For the people that haven't been here, Barrett worked on painting a fence all day, and I worked on putting up all the vegetables from the garden and preserving them. And afterwards, it was still so hot. It was like 7 o'clock. It was so hot outside still. We decided after dinner that we'd go jump in the pool and just relax for a little bit. So we did that, and my leg brushed up against Barrett, and he was like, "Holy moly, woman!" He was like, "I swear," he was like, "you just scraped off all my skin." And he was like, "When's the last time you shaved your legs?" I was like, "It's only been 2 days." And he was like, "Well, those are prickly." He's like, "I don't have any skin left on my ribs." I was laughing so hard. I was like, "Wow." I said, "We've been in the garden harvesting, and then we had to wash everything, cut it up, and get it ready to either can, freeze, or to hydrate." I said, "I haven't had time to be worrying about my legs." I'm trying to grow green beans. I bought the wrong ones. I needed bush, but got the pool since I have trellis. They are crazy top heavy. Oh, yeah. I personally like the bush beans a lot better. I don't really care for the pole beans because they do take so much trellis and stuff or fencing. It's just easier for me to do the bush beans. We did. I was crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. I did 4 rows of green beans, and they're long rows. 4 rows of green beans and 1 row of the yellow wax beans. And it's like every 2 to 3 days I'm going out there to harvest beans. It's a lot of beans. And the thing is, anybody in the chat that grows green beans, is there a trick to washing green beans? Like, when the straw or grass, blades of grass or dirt or anything gets on your green beans and you're doing mass amounts of green beans, I'm talking like a bushel full of green beans. How do you wash them and get all that stuff off of there? Do you have any tricks? I think that is the worst job. I hate trying to get all the green beans because it's like they got these little hairs on the green beans that holds on to all the dirt and blades of grass or whatever. It takes forever to get them clean. So if you have any tricks, please let us know. Learning. We're all learning, B. Mitch. I learn something new all the time in the garden. And honestly, B. Mitch, I feel like I might have been gardening for 11 years, but I feel like I'm still like a new gardener. Like I'm still learning every single year something new, at least 10 or 20 things new that I should have been doing or didn't do or didn't know about. And I'm just like mind boggled. I'm like, oh my gosh. This year, my biggest thing was learning, I guess, some seed varieties. Just because they're seed variety, like, I don't want to throw out any like company names, but just because everybody else buys seeds from certain companies across the country, there's seed companies, doesn't mean it's going to grow in my region well. So that's something I've been learning. I've been trying to stick more local seeds or seeds that are in my region, not necessarily my growing zone, but in my region of the United States. I've been trying to find those seeds instead of seeds further away. And those seeds that I've been finding more locally or in my region have been growing way better than buying from big seed companies. So maybe that'll help you too. And it's very intriguing, and it's very tempting to go out and buy the seeds from all these other YouTubers that you see that are growing these amazing things. But I've learned that I don't have to do that, to find seeds more in my region, and they are producing way better. And the reason is because those seeds in other regions are adapted to that climate to grow, and how do you say that? Those seeds are grown to be resistant to their pests or their diseases and not for my region. Does that make sense? Did I explain that properly? When I see you and all the young YouTubers out there and all you're doing always gives me hope for the future. Aw, thank you. I wish there was more. Like, I know there's a lot of YouTubers in my age range, but like, it makes me really sad. Like, the kids and stuff, like my children, they have no interest in it whatsoever. And I wish I could get them interested in learning. And I wouldn't care if it was herbs or canning or gardening or homesteading or animals. They just don't want to do nothing. I don't get it. They're so consumed with the internet and TikTok and Instagram or whatever they're doing, Snapchat. But it's really exciting. Actually, you guys, I met a couple. Hopefully, they're watching my YouTube channel every once in a while. But I met a really young couple. I think they were maybe in their early to mid 20s up at the farmers market, and they seen my setup, my stand, and everything. They were like, "Oh, you have a homestead? That's our dream!" And they had 3 little ones, and the conversation between them and I was just amazing. And I was so excited for them. They want to buy land and start homesteading. They don't want to do anything big, 3 to 5 acres or something like that. It just makes me smile on the inside when younger generations want to do this. And if I can help them on the way, I sure will. I think about 8 o'clock I'm going to end this. But I've had fun chatting this morning. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in and chatting with us. It's been fun. B. Mitch, you'll have to definitely let me know if you check out Sarah's channel over at the Big Blue House Homestead and let me know what you think. You'll definitely have to let me know. Give me updates, see if she helps you out. I've learned a lot from her. One year she gifted me a diamond hoe. You guys, that thing still to this day is one of my favorite tools for the garden. I love that diamond hoe. I will be forever grateful for Sarah for gifting that to me. It has been a lifesaver. Oh, you're so welcome, B. Mitch. Thanks for coming in and chit-chatting with me. I appreciate it. I think I went live at 6:30 this morning. Yeah, it was like 6:30. I went live and I only had a couple people in. That's all right. It was fun and I enjoy everybody coming in and straggling in along the way. I get to talk to everybody, see new faces, or talk to people I haven't talked to in a long time. But yeah, today I'm going to try to have a stress-free day, and I'll go out here in a few minutes, and the chickens are locked up in the coop. I'll let them out, feed them, and then I'll head to the garden and start tying up some tomatoes that need to be tied up, and I'm sure I'll find something else to do in the garden. There's always something to do. 8 o'clock, you must be East Coast for some reason. I was thinking West. Nope, I'm on the East Coast. Where are you at, Cookie? If you don't mind me asking. I'm in Ohio to be exact. Okay, I'm right in the middle, Kansas City. Nice. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna get out and get to work. Again, thank you so much for hanging out and chit-chatting with me this morning and having some coffee with me. Until next time, stay happy, healthy, and safe. And don't forget, tonight's Friday remix. I'll see you at 7:30, or no, I'll see you at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And can't wait to jam with y'all. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye.